We should be close to the Legacy of the First Blade DLC that, according to Ubisoft, is launching roughly 6 weeks after the previous episode, so that would be January 15th. Well, then I expect an announcement soon. For now, I want to take a look at some interesting things that people found that are likely tied to the DLC, including a potential home base. So let's get into it. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's start with that house or maybe even home base, shall we? We got F Maro on Reddit saying that he found the future home location that we see at the end of the DLC trailer. Remember that Legacy of the First Blade trailer where we hear Alexiel say, "Sometimes I think about a simpler life," while kind of settling down. We see the daughter of Darius, Nima, with him at the table, and of course if you play Cassandra, then its character is a boy called Natakas. I would not be surprised if both characters were romance options, by the way, at some points, and maybe you'll even like settle down with them in this DLC. I will go into small spoilers at the end of the video, because there is a trophy that hints at where the story is going. But I would imagine that you don't want to hear that yet, so I will give you a warning beforehand. Thanks to other viewable trophies on the PS4, we know that the second episode of the Legacy of the First Blade is set in Achaea, that you can of course already visit in the game, like one cultist was there, just like the Secrets of Greece Season Pass exclusive mission. Well, new quests and targets will be added to the map when the second episode is installed. And this house from the trailer is also in this area. Again, shout out to F Maro for finding it over on Reddit. And you'll see the similarities like immediately with the sort of tent and the entrance. Okay, these men that are looking at this place are not there yet. And if we go back, we also see that there's a door that is closed in the trailer but non-existing in the game right now. We can already take a look inside this house as well. We see people cleaning up the place in the trailer, but in the game right now it's empty, and there are some people outside of this building as well. So will we take it from them in the Legacy of the First Blade? I really don't know. Well, actually, I think that at least one person will stay, and that is the blacksmith. Because yes, behind this house we have a guy with an anvil doing the animation we see every blacksmith in the game do. So this makes me think that there is more to this place than it just being a house we will go to in the DLC. Maybe it will be our sort of home base. There's also a fast travel spot on top of the house as well, and if you don't have it, I would say totally go and get it, because it will save you time when playing the DLC, I would imagine. So yes, I can easily see this becomes a sort of place where you would return to every once in a while, just fast travel to it. You could easily go to the blacksmith, maybe there will be a bounty board so you can easily pick up the daily quest, for example. I would totally like that as well. Pretty soon after launch, people on the forums have been requesting a home base to Ubisoft, with the community manager Ubisubi saying that the feedback would be shared with the team. And also recently we got similar reactions from Ubisubi about this topic, so Ubisoft is at least aware that people want this. Although I don't think that if we indeed get some sort of small home base in the Legacy of the First Blade, that it's a reaction to the fan feedback. Then it was likely already planned from the beginning, you would think, right? But yeah, either way, Ubisoft is aware and has been for some time now. And this location totally has the ingredients to be a home where we can go back to and upgrade our gear and maybe do some more things. Of course, if the enemy does not burn it down, because it totally suggests at the end of the trailer that we might have to defend our home from the incoming enemies. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. It's pretty close. If you finished the first episode of the Legacy of the First Blade, then you can of course already get a glimpse at the new quest for the second episode. If we go to the add-on tab, we see the Steering Darkness. Many conspirators lay dead by Cassandra's hands, but the Order of Ancients had more planned for the Greek world. Yes, I'm totally curious what that will be. Bring it on. For now, to refresh your memory, what can we expect in episode 2? We know that a new hunter ability is coming called Rapid Fire. I still think it's similar to the light bow from Origins, so it will shoot like an Ushi but with a bow. Really looking forward to that one. We will get the flamethrower upgrade for our ship, Greek Fire, a weapon called Judgment of the Lion. I still think that that's a heavy blunt or heavy bladed weapon, and enemies we have to kill are the Order of the Storm. So will we be able to find them in new places in the already existing region? Maybe in this underground lair under the Tikos of Hercules fort, and I hope I pronounced it right, where we find many cultists that we have to kill. Yes, Surion reached out asking if I already discovered this area that you can access under the fort, like there's the sort of doorway that you can also see with Icarus, with an icon. and that leads you inside the fort. And you can also find the entrance inside the fort itself. Although it will be pretty hard, like it's covered up pretty well. I only know about this entrance because I came out of it because I took the other entrance that is again noted with an icon if you scout with Icarus. Anyway, what is more interesting about this sort of cave inside the mountain is that there's also first Civ architecture there. You also can slide under one doorway and then you come in a closed area. And here you will find one of those pretty rare first Civ treasures that we loot for some precious gems and obsidian glass. It is counted towards the location completion, by the way, but still pretty interesting that out of nowhere there is some first Civ stuff right here. Just like the two guys that are randomly working here or something, not sure what they are doing here. And this location kind of feels similar to the Myson cave that I discussed in a recent video, where we also had a first Civ chest. But more interestingly, a blacksmith, like for no reason, he's chilling there. Maybe this will be linked to future content, because you would think that it's pretty bad business for a blacksmith when you are inside a cave when nobody comes there. Unless there's of course a special activity in this area. In the game right now, the first Civ architecture is mostly linked to the mythical creatures, like the temple where we fight Medusa, or even the volcano island from Argas has a lot of first Civ build blocks around it. While we of course know that we get to fight the new Cyclops there this month. By the way, people are once again reporting that the fast travel spot appeared for them on the map. Well, of course, the Cyclops is not there yet. This seems to have happened after the last weekly reset. I still think that it will likely be January 22nd when we get to fight him, likely 1 week after the potential release date of the Legacy of the First Blades. But yeah, the Myson Cave and the cave under the fort could also be linked to the Atlantis DLC, because they will also further explore the first civilization. That we have to go to these locations in the world first to find maybe some special things to then open the gates to Atlantis. Just some speculation, but I at least hope that we actually go to this underwater city in the DLC as well, not just places in the world that we've already visited before, like we're now of course seeing with the Legacy of the First Blades. Has to be, right? Has to be. And of course, if you got another theory on these locations, or if you actually know what these locations are for in the game, totally let me know as well in the comments down below, because I would love to know. When we know more, I will of course let you know here on the channel, so totally subscribe to stay up to date on everything Odyssey. I expect the coming week to be pretty big in terms of new info, like the January content post. Should happen any day now. I will of course go to the Eagles of the Olympian store right now to get the freaking Haze Lieutenant, or at least try and get him. And then I will discuss more of these spoilery things I teased earlier in this video. Okay, Sargon, there we are again. What do you got for me? Okay, maybe I'm standing like a little bit too close. Let's go a little bit back. Okay, let's just open this freaking Olympian gift. Let's see what we get today. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Epic. Wooden staff. Warrior damage, poison damage, crit damage. I mean, for that build I showed you, if you need a warrior staff, this could be it. Although I of course used mostly fire damage and not the rest. So, no luck today, obviously. Need to do my weekly still, I think. Hey, you are chilling there? Not for long. Wait, there's a frog, like... Do you see that frog? Okay, that was awesome. Yeah, you saw that too, and now you're scared or something? Why don't you just go fly away? Why don't you just fly away? Okay, well, that was it. Let's go into that spoiler territory. Well, actually, small spoiler territory. I will talk about the final trophy you will unlock in the second episode of the Legacy of the First Blade, because that's likely also tied to this house we touched on earlier in this video. But of course, if you don't want to know what the final trophy says, you can already view it like on the PS4, but it's hidden. But of course, if you go to that trophy, then press square, you can see what the text says. So yeah, spoiler warning if you don't want to know it. Like the video, of course, if you're gonna leave. Subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. Now let's get into that small spoiler territory. So what I think will happen is that at the end of the DLC, we will have this house. Maybe this potential blacksmith will be available as well. Because the trophy you unlock when you finish the Legacy of the First Blade episode 2 says start a family, implying that you like settle down, what we see at the end of the trailer. And then I think that episode 3 will maybe start with us defending this house from the incoming enemies because they spotted us, like what we see at the really end of the trailer. But of course, if you have another theory, I'm curious to hear what you think. let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to mark your spoiler, of course. For now, again, subscribe for everything Odyssey if you haven't already. Like this video to support the channel, and check out my recent video on a very powerful build that can easily give you a ton of health back. And I will, of course, speak to you next time. Goodbye.